How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing with DYang. Today we are doing something different. Today we are doing something that you guys have been asking for, and I apologize in advance that those cicada bugs are just going nuts right now. It's just that time of the year, but that also means that fishing is going to be great. So I don't mind it, but I apologize in advance if it's catching all that noise. So in today's video, we are going to go through how to use a baitcaster, to understanding the fundamental things about it, just a basic idea of how to use it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on my GoPro on my chest. That way you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, how I'm controlling the baitcaster from ins and out of it, okay? So stay tuned, stick around. I'll see you guys right now. All right, so first things first, this is a baitcaster. Again, like you guys see in the intro, this is what it looks like. It usually has two double knobs here, right? Two knobs, I should say. A star for your drag, a knob to control the weight of your lure, like how far you want to cast. Basically controls the spool here. Righty is tighty. If you go left, then it loosens the bait, right? It loosens the spool here. So what I like to do is I like to start off with heavier line, right? When I first started bait casting, when I started using a baitcaster, right now I have a right hand with me. If you're opposite of me, then just, you know, go with the other hand. Basically you'll be retrieving like this, but as of right now I have the right hand retrieve reel with me. When I first started, I started off with braid. If you guys are wondering what pound test, use 30 to 40 or 50 pound test. It really doesn't matter, but just don't go smaller than 30, right? If I were to say, just go 50. Just that way you can practice, that way you can learn how to use the sensitivity of your thumb. Now a lot of people, once you get used to it, you can cast with the open thumb, right? Because nowadays technology, the spools are designed to just cast, and when it hits the water it doesn't backlash as much, right? But if you're just learning how to cast a baitcaster, it's really simple. Your thumb is the brake, okay? This is to cast, right? You click this right here, and then this opens up when you swing it, right? When you cast it. But right now if you don't click it, it's not gonna go, right? It's not gonna budge, it's not gonna cast. But when you click it, keep your thumb right on the spool, just like that, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's really loud, but I try my best to find a good spot. I just couldn't find a good spot. This is like the best spot right now. But anyways, use your thumb. Your thumb is the braking system, right? Yes, all this right can control the lure and everything else too, but I'm teaching you guys the basic idea of how to control this spool. That way you don't backlash, right? Your thumb right here, like the sensitivity is from here. You control your line with this sense right here. So let's just say I want to cast, right? I want to learn how to cast far, or just make a cast, a pitch or whatever. I go ahead and click this. As I click this, my thumb is still resting on the spool slightly, okay? So now, as I go ahead and cast, let's pretend I cast, right? The line runs out of the spool. My thumb is going to uplift from the spool slightly as it travels like that. And this right here is going to control. If I press it, it's going to stop. If I slowly let it go, it's going to go, right? You see that? So that's how you want to control the spool. So in one motion, you want to cast like this, right? Just like that. I use the thumb to stop the spool. Let's do that again. So I'm going to click it, keep my thumb resting on the spool. You guys see that? It's actually on it, right? It's not off of it, it's on it. So I'm going to go ahead and cast. Stop it. Boom. Okay? Let's do that again. Cast. Boom. I paused it. I didn't hit that tree over there, right? So that's how you cast. Again, click, rest your thumb on the spool, on the line, okay? As it runs out, slowly lift your thumb off the spool. And this is in slow motion, but it will eventually just run fast, and then your thumb here will control the stop of the lure, okay? Here it goes. Boom, paused it. So it's right by the tree over there. You can see there's bass over there. Alright, so now that you guys have an idea how to control the spool, right? How to control the line coming out of the spool, that way you can get an accurate cast. Now, it's all about motion. When you cast a baitcaster, I see a lot of guys do this. Not like that. The correct way of casting a baitcaster is like this. If you're right-handed, swing it like you're gonna swing a bat, okay? Like this. I got plenty of distance. So the motion of how you want to cast, right? You're basically swinging. I'm gonna put this on real quick. I don't want to hit myself or anybody. So basically you're casting like this. You click it, right? You're going right straight. Extend your right arm, right? I see a lot of people casting, they're like this, you know, unless you like try to get into a tight area or you're fancier. but don't want to do that. It's a bad habit. When you cast, you want to extend your arm, okay? I'm limited to room right now because I have trees behind me, but this is how you should cast, all right? Just get your lure up to your tip there, about a foot, depending like how much room you need. I need to because I have trees behind me. Right? Look at that, boom, all the way across, all the way across. One more time, watch carefully. I'm extending. I go ahead, when I make that cast, I extend. All right, learn how to extend. It's the same with sports. When you're throwing a football, when you're throwing a ball, when you're playing volleyball, when you swing the bat, you're not like this, right? Okay, you're not tightening up your elbow. You gotta extend. Right? Whichever arm you're gonna cast with, just extend your arm. In my opinion, I think it's very important to learn how to cast left shoulder, right? If you're fishing on a boat, your buddy's on the right, you're on the left, or you're on the left, he's on the right, whatever. Learn how to cast both shoulders. Let me show you guys. Just like that. I'm extending my arm. Not once am I bending it, okay? I'm extending when I snap. And don't snap too hard, alright? You don't want to snap too hard. I gotta watch these trees. I'm gonna click it, keep my thumb on the spool. Boom. Distance, alright? You got plenty of distance. Smooth cast. You see that? Super smooth cast. When you cast, don't be afraid to reach out, add some distance to your cast. That way your lure will reach your destination, okay? Again, let's talk about the baitcaster, okay? This is a baitcaster. This is your spool. This is your star drag. This star right here, this fancy star, controls the power of the drag, right? Like meaning that if there's a big, if you catch a big fish, like a catfish, buffalo, whatever, right? Big bass. If you feel like it's pulling your body towards the water, you want to loosen that drag. Again, righty is tighty, means you're gonna tighten up the drag, and then just go left to loosen it, right? If I go left like this, I'm going down. If it's a big fish, watch. See? I'm not even clicking this right here. This is still on. But if that fish is starting to dig and drag the line, the lure, look at that. He can run freely and my thumb's gonna control that. So when he runs, my thumb will help control that. Or you can just tighten it, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it, whatever you want to do, and the fish won't be able to snap your line, right? Now David, what is that little knob next to you, right? This guy right here. All baitcasters should have a small knob that controls the dial, like dials in the lure weight. Right now, I have a topwater lure. I'm throwing a 6 cents popper, the splashback. So right now, I don't know if you guys can see it. So what you want to do is, this knob right here, again, righty tighty, lefty loosey, okay? So if you tighten it, your lure is not going to drop. You see that? Unless you put in the motion to cast, okay? So right now, if I loosen it, I'm going to loosen it real quick. I'm going to turn it all the way off, right? Basically lefty loosey. I'm going to loosen up the tension there. My lure is going to drop. You see that? It's dropping way too fast, and you don't want that. Watch. So you guys can see it. Way too fast. That's way too fast, unless they're skipping or something, okay? I'll show you guys one more time, alright? It's at the tip. Watch this. Way too fast. Again, a rundown on the spool. Watch. That's way too fast. You're gonna backlash, okay? You don't want that. You just want the tension to be perfect, okay? To your liking, alright? The way that you want it. I'm gonna tighten a little bit back to normal. That's still too fast for me. Try to watch the lure. Still too fast for me. Put it up here. Tighten it some more. Righty tighty. That's perfect for me, okay? Right there. To me, it's perfect when I can shake the lure and it'll just slowly fall, alright? That's my liking. That's just the way how I fish, right? Again, you see that? So that means, that indicates that when I go and put in the motion of casting, it's gonna be perfect. You see that? It's gonna go all the way to the other side. This is the control knob for the tension of the lure, how fast and slow it falls, how far you want to cast. This is what it is right there. This is the star drag to control when the fish is pulling. That way you don't break off or break your rod, right? Because you don't want to lose the fish or break the lure. These are your two knobs that you control when you're fishing, right? I see people fish like this. Okay, let me just let some line out real quick. don't take a baitcaster, hold it by the hand like that, and do not do that, okay? Please don't. If you do that, I'm going to Mars. I'm not coming back. It is a great way to catch fish. It's a fun way to catch fish. It's also challenging but fun at the same time. I promise you, if you follow these steps, you follow these like understanding of this fundamental of how to use a baitcaster, it's so much easier. It's so much better. It's just that much more accurate, and you catch more fish with it. Alright guys, so I hope you guys learned something today. I try my best to break down what a bait casting reel is. Again, this is just a fundamental video. There are great sources out there that they break down exactly what's inside, in and out, how to use it, when to use it, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave some comments down below, hit that thumbs up, and I'll do my best to break down more stuff about like what I do. With that being said, I'll see you guys out in the water.